Culture shock. We all know what it is and all have varying degrees of understanding of how it works. Some of you may have experienced it and others maybe not. There's one place that you will experience it without any doubt. Wait for it. China. This magical place also has a magical ability to turn your world upside down and can be at times quite frustrating, along with its occasional brilliance as well. Let's take a look at some things you should prepare yourself for and be aware of before setting your foot on Chinese soil. The first thing you need to prepare yourself for is the communication. It's very different here. Yes, of course, there is the language barrier element as well, which might even still be the case if you still speak Mandarin actually. Dialects are very common and accents for the Mandarin they do use can throw you for a loop sometimes. So keep your ears wide open for small differences there. In addition to their language, there are probably going to be some people who just want to practice their English with you. They'll have no problem walking up straight up to you and just aggressively saying, "Hello! Hello! 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 Hello!" They're very excited for this opportunity, and if they see you on the street the next day, they might have the exact conversation with you again. Oh yeah, one more thing in regards to communication. Body language is a whole nother world here, and theirs might confuse you just as much as you confuse them actually. Trying to order a bowl of noodle can actually make you end up with them trying to take you to a place to get a massage instead. Secondly now, personal space is very different in China, in many ways, such as that it can often seem non-existent even. This lack of personal space is found all over China in most situations. Waiting for a bus or metro can be so crowded that by the end of the ride you probably smelled 4 other people's armpits and might have accidentally licked someone's hair, and after that they probably stepped on all your 10 toes all at once as well. It'll most likely be very crowded at some point when you're in China here. While waiting in line, make sure you leave very little space in front of you and the door or the person standing in front of you. Because if not, the grandma with her little baby will have no problem squeezing into that little space right in front of you. You might go out for a coffee or just sit in the classroom with the students as well. They might sit very close to you, and no, this is not a sign of attraction. On a related note, it's good for you to have your eyes peeling in regards to busy spaces, because chances are that some people will be checking their WeChat on their phone or photoshopping a selfie that they took of themselves and might just run into you. Lack of spatial awareness in the big cities is a very common thing. You might see someone run into a light pole or trip down a few steps or even hit you in the face with their umbrella. They might not care either unless you make a scene about it. A perceived lack of manners basically. Things regarding manners are obviously noticed and seen in your first hours and days in China now. You might have heard of these, but it's common to see grandparents holding up their children all the way up to 8 years old above a trash can to use as a toilet instead. Those same older men might go to the bathroom behind any bush in a public park as well. Grandparents spit everywhere. They don't line up for things or queue like is so common and important in the West as well. This lack of perceived manners extends to the fact that as a foreigner, they will take an interest in you. Maybe a friendly one again to chat. Maybe they just want a picture with you. Maybe they just want to stare at you. And stare they will. You might smile at them, and they might just continue looking at you with no qualms over staring at you. It's again a whole nother world that you need to prepare yourself for. Many other things will surprise you, but we'll be back to talk about those some other time. With some advanced knowledge of these, hopefully you can brace yourself for some of the challenges in a place that otherwise is bright and full of adventure. Also, if you've been in China and felt like you've experienced this firsthand, then please share your story with us as well. I'll be very happy to read it. Just leave it in the comments below and I'll be there instantly. Wonderful. If you liked this video as well, please remember to subscribe and I'll bring you a lot more from where this came from. I'm Felix and ta-ta!